Good news, everyone! It's an Affordaboard video! Affordaboard, Affordaboard. We all love the Affordaboard. We've sung the song. But now we need to know, what is the Affordaboard? Well, the Affordaboard is a series of videos I've been doing for maybe 6 or 7 years now. I'll have to go back and find the first one. So anyways, what I do in these videos is I take a small pile of affordable pedals that was found on the internet, and I unbox them. I mess around with them, I experiment with them, and I decide if any of them is worthy enough to replace something on the official Affordaboard. It's a bit of a naturally updating best of the budget market. And I'm gonna do all that in this video, but this video is gonna be a little bit different compared to my other Affordaboard videos because this one is sponsored by Ravview. Ravview is an app. They sponsored a couple of videos on this channel so far, and it's an app where you can go review your own stuff. Don't wait for someone else to review the things that you have big opinions on. If you got one of these pedals and you want to tell the world what you really think about it, get on Ravview or Ravview, however it's pronounced. From what I hear from the people over there, they started out calling it Ravview, but Ravview just tends to roll off the tongue a little better. So they're kind of okay with all of it. I'm probably going to keep saying Ravview because I think I agree. I think it does roll off the tongue a little bit better. So anyways, Ravview, they actually picked these pedals for me to check out in this episode of the Affordaboard. So what do we have? We've got a Flamma delay. It's going to be all delays. We've got an M-VAVE elemental delay. That's going to be fun. And then we've got a Caline Ragnarock reverb delay. Let's crack them open, plug them in, and see what they sound like. By the way, a somewhat recent development in how I run the Affordaboard videos is I'm not going to keep any of these pedals unless they make it onto the Affordaboard. That means at the end of this video, whichever of these don't make it on the board, I'm giving away to you. I'm going to do Hoop Jumpers Club in the description. Find the link, click on it, jump through all the hoops, and enter to win whichever of these pedals don't make it onto the Affordaboard. Another fun element of doing a Ravview sponsored demo is that if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to be getting on the app and reviewing all of these myself. If you've ever watched a video and been like, oh man, this demo is bought and paid for by the manufacturer or retailer, etc., etc. This is an instance where that's not happening at all. If you like that sort of thing, then definitely stay tuned to the end. Definitely click on the link to go check out Ravview because they are making demos possible that are not tied to a manufacturer or a retailer in any way. I could say whatever I want about these and no one on the other side of this transaction is gonna get upset. I could say they're the best pedals I've ever played. No one is gonna profit over at Ravview for me saying they're the best. I could say they're the worst and it's not gonna cost Ravview anything. It's kind of a fun situation. I like being sponsored by Ravview. What do you guys think about it? So anyways, in Affordaboard tradition, I'm gonna be using an affordable guitar. This time the Squier Affinity Jaguar, which is way better than it deserves to be for being a Squier Affinity. I'm constantly impressed by this guitar. It's just fun. I feel like it's inspiring. Every time I pick up this guitar, I play something a little bit different, a little bit newer than I played before. I'm constantly shocked by this guitar, by how much fun it really is. Also, I'm gonna be running into the 2 Princeton's rig. All right, I'm not gonna run the full thing this time. We don't have enough time for that because we've got 3 delay pedals here. And one of them has a ton of settings. I've actually covered other pedals from this M-VAVE line in the past, and there were major noise issues. I'm not hearing anything right now, so hopefully they fixed those issues. I've had reports on that video for those other pedals that sometimes people get them without the noise issues, sometimes people get them with. So luck of the draw, let's see what I got here. I'm not hearing anything at the moment though. Oh, by the way, here is my clean tone. All right, now you know what I sound like. And here is the M-VAVE Elemental. Is it in tap tempo right now? What's going on? Let's turn some knobs up. Now, I did take a picture of the back of it because that is where the guide for all the settings are located. So that will help me on my journey. We are on the analog setting. We've got time, feedback, mix, mod for modulation, and the parameter knob here. Parameter is what is detailed in that picture that I took. So here we go. Here's the analog sound. Let's turn down that mod and the parameter for the time being. Sounds like a delay. I'm not hearing the annoying high-pitched digital whine that I heard with the other M-VAVE pedals from this series. Right, with the modulation all the way up. Why not, right? Oh, that's seasick. All right, pull that back a little bit. There we go. Some modulation is chorus. A lot of modulation is pitch vibrato. At least you know you can get there, right? It's nice when pedals give you the room to get in trouble. Like they could have capped it off like right there, and it would have been enough to get you that dreamy, chorusy modulation. But they gave you more! So you could make people sick if you wanted to. Want to check out how long the time gets? Plenty long. Is that a full second? It feels close to it. It might be 750 milliseconds. Infinite repeat. Kind of feels like it. Might be dropping off a little bit. Does it take off? Yeah, in its own way. In a digital delay sort of way. It gives you access to some freaky noises. That was pretty fun. But it doesn't seem to be like taking off into oblivion, like irresponsible levels of self-oscillation. There's some fun to be had there though. All right, the parameter, what does that get us? There's a phaser on the parameter, all right. Let's take the modulation all the way out. Oh, I hear it. There it is. full mix. It's not letting the dry through at all. It's just the delay. Now that's pretty. It's making some pretty sounds. Not bad. There's a lot to explore here, so let's keep going. The next setting is dual. I'm going to use the Most Sky Audio Overdrive LM741 preamp just to give me a little bit of dirt going into these delay pedals, just so we can get a better sense of what we're hearing. And it'll be off screen for the most part, but you know it's there, right? Quickly jump back to the analog to hear that with drive. There we go. That's what it needed. Pull the gain back a little bit. Back to the dual. Let's see if we can hear what's going on here. There we go. Helps it stand up just a little bit better. Yep, the parameter controls that second delay. Let's go really long on there. Reverse that. Oh, I like that. Interesting. What does the modulation do? Probably the same thing, right? Oh, there's some wacky sounds hiding in this, isn't there? If I get into the tau tempo, what does that change? Okay, on to the duck setting. Quack, quack, quack. All right. What's going on here? What does the parameter do? It unpacks. What does that mean? What is going on here? Let's go back to standard mode. So what's going on here is it doesn't play the delayed signal while you're still playing, in theory. But then it comes in the moment you stop. Could be a fun effect. Yeah, why not? Then we've got a trim setting, a tremolo, I'm assuming. Time speed. I like it already. Now we've got a reverse setting with a phaser on the reverse, because of course that's what you need on a reverse. Let's just go pure for the time being, see what it sounds like. It's doing it. Spooky and synthy. D tape with a little d. And the parameter is grit. Let's turn off the distortion to hear that. Ain't kidding. I kind of like that. Yeah. I don't mind that at all. There's some fun locked up in this. I'm glad it's not making that high-pitched digital whine, I'll say that. on the ice setting, I think. It doesn't sound like ice. There's some sort of interesting reverse element going on. Maybe the parameter will make things clearer. Parameter is pitch. Okay, here we go. This is going to be like a shimmer delay, right? There we go. That is just a freestanding pitch modulation. So you could dial in something really dissonant if you wanted to. Maybe it does jump. Yeah, it's got jumps across the pitch. What an interesting program. Turn off the drive. That reverse element of it introduces a really interesting glitchiness. There's some magic moments in there. I don't know. I'm feeling a little impressed with this delay pedal. Lo-fi next. I'm guessing that's going to be like a bit crush sort of situation. And the parameter on this is grit. It's really bright, isn't it? All right, on to pattern. I thought that was interesting. Lo-fi is interesting. What the heck does pattern do? Okay, it moved into some other setting. So it's not a smooth rotation there. There's different settings across it. It's probably like with tape echoes where there's different head patterns. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Yeah. All right. Now we finally get to move on to the Flamma delay, the FC03. This is going to be a lot more simple. Hopefully, geez, there was a lot of ground to cover here, wasn't there? Let's try it clean first. So we're starting on an analog setting. Sounds like I need a tune. It's a nice analog sound. It holds up nicely across the repeats, but it still does that eventual kind of murky drop off. I like the M-VAVE for how weird it can get. There's some room to really do some wild experimenting, but I have a feeling right off the bat that this is going to have truer sounds to it. I think that analog delay is going to sound more analog than the analog over here. Well, yeah, let's take the modulation and everything else out of there. Yeah, that's not doing that like fidelity drop off, that tonal drop off that you get with an analog delay. Yeah, it's got that warmth, doesn't it? Try it with the drive. The effect level is not the same as on the M-VAVE. It leaves your dry signal in place. It just adjusts how loud the delay is. Does it take off like a spaceship? It's a different sound. It's not quite actually analog, is it? It's got to be digital because that's a different way of sounding when you're trying to get spaceship sounds. I don't hate it. It sounds cool. All right, I'm not going to complain. It makes a cool sound. It's different. Let's check out the real echo setting. I'm tired of these fake echoes. Let me hear the real thing. Try it clean. Still has that very warm kind of like analog sort of sound. Was it trying to be here? I'd say right off the bat that the Flamma has better audio quality than the M-VAVE, but there's less potential for weird fun, it feels. Feels like there's a lot of potential for normal fun. on to the tape echo setting, and then we can check out that Caline delay verb. All right. If you're looking for like a smooth, dark, warm, analog delay sort of sound in a tiny little package, I mean, it's doing it. It's doing the thing. This would be a very reliable sort of sound to fall back on. If you want that very like analog sort of delay sort of sound in a tiny package, I mean, there it is. It's doing the thing. It has a little bit of room to get weird too. Racking that time knob does have some fun, like little Jetson-y sounds hiding in there here and there. All right, on to the Caline. A double-sided pedal. We'll try it clean first. I'll tune just to be safe. I was good. It was fine. There we go. There we go. There's the analog spaceship noises I've been looking for. Does it self-oscillate? It sounds like it's going to. Yeah. There's some grit in there. Yeah, it takes the self-oscillation seriously. It goes all the way, doesn't it? Well, that's pretty. And it's doing the analog delay thing where it, like, the signal degrades almost immediately. You get the first repeat and then it just turns to murk. Let's see how that compares to a similar setting from the Flamma on the analog setting. The repeats hold up longer. It sounds a little bit smoother. There's less grit going on there. but I kind of like how the tone of the repeats gets very mid-focused and barky from the Caline. I mean, it's all personal perspective. Like, you might like one of these way more than the others. You might not like any of them. Yeah, this thing, the repeats hold up much more similar to a digital delay, where this is doing that analog delay thing for sure. Which is why it's so smooth when you rack the time knob. All right, let's throw the reverb at it. What a great big spacious reverb here. What does PRD mean? Pre-reverb, maybe? Let's turn everything else up. Yeah, I think that's the pre-reverb. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That allows your first note to be pretty much untouched by the reverb, and then the reverb swells in. Not bad. Really, all three of them have their redeeming qualities. Will any one of them knock the M-VAVE falling star off of the delay position on the Affordaboard? That is the big question coming up next. Oh man, I don't know. The M-VAVE is so cool because it does that like really beautiful deluxe Memory Man sort of thing with its modulation. This one has modulation, but it has this like, very clear, clinical, kind of digital thing going on with its sound. It doesn't have that organic analog sort of quality to it. This one is organic and analog for sure. It lacks modulation, but it has reverb, and that reverb is big and spacey and luscious and ambient. The Flamma is conveniently small, it's warm, it's got the benefit of extra repeats that don't fall apart immediately the way an analog delay does, but it still gets warm and imparts some degradation against your repeats. Man, I don't know, should I bring in the M-VAVE just to hear if any of these can outdo it? It's got a beautiful modulation sound to it, doesn't it? Oh, I forgot. The speed knob works backwards on this thing. That's just pretty. it makes decent spaceship sounds. I can't complain with that. There is like a dirty static noise that comes with the M-VAVE though. It's like clock noise in there. I don't totally mind it. Try it without the dirt. Will that be the deciding factor? That's really clean and warm, and it doesn't have that static. This does have the static. The analog delays are going to have the static. Does seem like there's less static from the Caline though. I love the saturated sound of the falling star though. Sounds huge. Let's compare it to the Elemental. It's going to sound completely different. But this thing can also do those are cool sounds. And this is a tough decision. I'm in between the M-VAVE and the Elemental. I think this one's good. I don't think it's affordable territory for the official affordable. I think it's a good pedal that people could buy and should buy if it fits their needs. Same for the Flamma. I feel like it's a little bit just too boring for me. The Falling Star gets into that weird territory that I love, while also being beautiful and having you know, some scars, some freckles to it. It's got some static in the signal because it's an analog delay, and it sounds good because it's an analog delay. Where this is digital. I've had experience with M-VAVEs of this model line, of this series, having digital noise. But this one seems to be mostly fine. I'm not hearing anything right now. I think the only way I'm going to be able to decide this is to see how they handle the power from the affordable. The affordable uses a battery integrated system The whole board has a battery built in. Sometimes that doesn't agree with every pedal. So let's see which one agrees with the Affordaboard the most. And then I'll make that decision. I feel like I get along with the Elemental really nicely. I wasn't expecting that. This is a redemption story for this line of pedals from M-VAVE. But I'm having trouble committing to that because I like the Falling Star and I don't want to give it away. But I can't keep this Affordaboard stuff forever. I got in a huge problem for years where I was storing all this stuff in bins. And then this past summer I had to give it all away. And that's how I started doing the Hoop Jumpers Club, is just to get rid of this stuff because I'd amassed like hundreds of pedals over this series. Ah! Do you hear that? I'm hearing that digital whine. Oh, I don't like that. Kind of don't notice it when I'm not playing. But I think if I was recording or even on stage, that would really bother me. And that was the issue I had with the other pedals from this line. Let's throw in the Falling Star again. Watch, this one will have it too. No, it doesn't. I really need to redo the Affordaboard to not have this internal power situation. I don't think it reflects what most people experience at home. I need to rebuild the Affordaboard with a more traditional power brick. Even if it will be a budget power brick, which is what I use anyways for almost all my boards. But I think that will better reflect the at-home experience. But it is interesting that it revealed that high-pitched whine in the M-VAVE. Is it worth it? Is it worth that digital noise? I'm not sure it is. This has that analog grit to it, but I kind of like that. I kind of like the character of it. I like the personality of it. So anyways, now we get to the important stuff. Now, I'm finally going to review these 3 pedals that Ravu sent to me so that I could demonstrate them to you. And they have a new feature on Ravu that they asked me to check out. And from what I understand, it allows you to find what you're about to review with your phone, with your camera. Okay. Search on Ravu. I think if I use this, take a picture. Magic Vision. That's what they wanted me to show you guys. It's a whole new thing. Take a picture. Let's start with the elemental. Let's see what happens. It says, groovy soundbox. Amp up your jam session with this funky little friend. All right. And there it is right at the top, the M-VAVE elemental delay pedal. I'm going to give it an up. Looks like you can buy it direct on Amazon from review. I'm going to leave a review. Upload pictures. All right, here is my review for the M-VAVE Elemental. Get weird! Lots of opportunities to experiment with this multi-delay, but if you are looking for analog warmth, look elsewhere. There are 9 delay programs in the M-VAVE Elemental, and they all offer exciting ways to extend, modulate, and mutate your signal. I've tried other pedals from this line, and in those cases was disappointed to be met with a high-pitched digital noise behind my signal. This one did not feature that noise problem via my standard power brick, but did have some noise once mixed with other pedals on my battery-powered pedal board. So be aware of that issue and be prepared to address it depending on your power supply and other pedals. I think the sounds are a lot of fun, but they are clearly digital sounding in nature. If you are looking to experiment, this might be a fun addition to your sonic destruction toolbox. All right, the Flamma now. Echoes of delight for when your guitar needs to take a time out. This might be fun to mess with just to see what review has to say about your pedals when you use the magic vision to find them. And there it is, top of the list. There's a good picture. Oh, there's like AI characters that respond to your post. I'll read that after reading my review here. Soft and warm. Repeats that hold up with the warmth and fidelity of an analog delay, but without the clock noise. If you want spaceship landing noises, it might disappoint, but there are some fun glitchy Jetson noises to be found racking the time knob. It's small and it's convenient, but all the settings lean into that dark warmth. So if you were looking for a clear and bright digital delay style, look elsewhere. Then what does Freedom say? This little AI auto-responding character. Whoa, partner, sounds like that Flamma FC03 is embracing the warmth of the stars and the freedom of the open skies, with an airplane. Little graphic there. If you're after that cozy analog feel, this pedal's got your back like a bald eagle on a sunny day. Just remember, we don't need any spaceship landings out here. Keep rocking that American spirit with those glitchy Jetson vibes. Keep it loud. All right? Little AI characters are responding to my reviews. What did it say for the other one that I did? Bert, the ERT, says, thank you for sharing your thoughts. It sounds like the M-VAVE elemental delay pedal has some interesting features for experimenting. I'm glad to hear it didn't have the noise issues you experienced with other pedals. It must be exciting to explore those digital sounds. All right. Okay, let's do one more here. The Caline. I wrote Ragnarock or Ragnadon't. Great sounding analog delay paired with a lush ambient reverb. Solid, easy to dial in sounds. Probably great for shoegazers on a budget. Very smooth spaceship landing action with this one. The delay might be true analog. What does Freedom say? Hold on to your Liberty hats, folks. This Caline CP80 isn't just a pedal, it's a sonic rocket ship ready to blast you straight into audio heaven. Oh no. Smooth. There's been an accident on the spaceship. All the astronauts are in heaven now. That's not where they were trying to go. They were trying to go to the moon. Now they're in heaven. Oh, our little AI pal has gone somewhere dark. Smooth, lush, and budget-friendly. Now that's what I call a red, white, and groove-tastic deal. Keep soaring high with those sounds. Oh, that's too much fun. So anyways, now that I've established that none of these are replacing the M-VAVE on the official Affordaboard. It means I'm going to give them away. So click the link in the description for the King Sumo giveaway. All you got to do is enter in your email address so we can contact you if you win. And then jump through some hoops. What are the hoops? They're links. They're affiliate links. When I'm filming this and when I'm publishing it, it's going to be Christmas time. It's gift giving season. So you know there's going to be Amazon links in there. I need you to click those Amazon links as hard as possible. So when you're buying Christmas gifts for your friends and family from Jeff Bezos, I get a cut. That's all I want out of life, is a cut of Jeff Bezos money. Is that too much to ask for? I'll have links to, like the guitar and whatever else I feel like doing. Some of them might be silly. Some of them might be to friends' channels or to charity causes that I believe in. I don't know. I like to get weird and wild with the hoop jumping links. So anyways, it's easy, it's fun. You'll have a chance of winning one of 3 pedals. And then when the winners are picked, Steve will ship these out to them. It might be you or you, maybe you, not you. You can try. You're not going to get it. Those other 3, maybe. So anyways, huge thanks to Ravu for making yet another sponsored video possible without being connected to a manufacturer or a retailer or anyone else that could benefit or be harmed for me saying good things or bad things about any of the products covered in this video. I think it's really fun. I like working with Ravu. If you like them too, click the link down below or in the Hoop Jumpers Club to check out the app. So you can go Ravu your own stuff. So you can take photos of your stuff and see what the little AI characters in there have to say about your favorite pieces of guitar gear, or really any products that you have around. It's not just for guitar gear. If you get some, like let's say you get a blender for Christmas from your aunt, and you're like, you know what? This is the best blender I've ever used in my entire life. I wish there was somewhere I could tell people. There's Ravu. Get on there and tell people about your blender. And if it sucks, you can tell them that too. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.